Hi everyone, welcome back to the 11th installment of our class from home. My name is Evan Furness, I'm the visual arts educator at the gallery, and this week we are taking a look at IAIN BAXTER's artwork, Bagged Day-glo Oranges. This artwork simplifies an object that we are very familiar with down to its very basic elements of shape, color, and texture. Using these elements, IAIN BAXTER is able to represent oranges in a way that is unrealistic yet still pretty recognizable to us. This week's activity asks you to select one or more objects that you're fairly familiar with and to try and distill them down to their very basic elements of color, shape, and texture, much like this artwork that we're looking at this week. Thanks for tuning in, check out the demo, and I will see you soon with another video. Hi everyone, welcome to the 11th installment of our class from home. This week we are going to be looking at how you can take an everyday object that you're very familiar with and turn it into a drawing of its shape, color, and texture. Now, first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get all of your materials. You're going to need a pencil, some pencil crayons, and 2 pieces of paper. You're also going to want an object that you're going to translate into shapes, colors, and textures. I've chosen this book. It's a pretty simple one to start with. And once you have your object in your hand, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just close your eyes and just run your hand over the object and just feel what textures you can find. Now I've got a smooth cover here. I've got kind of an indent here near the spine that kind of goes in that I'll take note of. The sides feel, well, they feel like the pages of a book, but they're a little bit rougher than the cover, so that's something to note. The texture that you feel when you rub these pages changes based on if you're rubbing like sideways like that or if you're rubbing up and down. So that tells you the direction that the texture is moving in. You know, those sorts of things that you want to look at. And basically what you want to do is you want to try and translate what you feel onto a page just through drawing as kind of like a warm-up to this. So got kind of like these really straight lines. You can do this with your eyes closed too. So that's the kind of thing that I'm feeling when I feel the side. And then if I were to do the side here with a bit of an indent there, I would probably just have a regular flat color. There we go. Just like that. So I chose a really simple object. You could get really crazy with it. You could get some stuffed animals and really feel out the different fabrics. Furniture, you could get really big. You could try and draw maybe the way that the brick feels on the side of a building. It's up to you how you want to, or what object you want to choose. But we're just keeping it simple today with this book. So once you've kind of gone through your feeling your different textures and trying to replicate them on your page, you're going to want to get your second piece of paper and you're going to want to choose a base color to make your shape. So this is kind of like a brown color here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a brown rectangle. And then you can kind of see in the back that the kind of bluish green color comes through. And then we're going to connect the corners here. So now we have the basic shape of the book down on the page. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to think of those textures that we just made and then try and translate them onto this shape. So in this big area here, it's fairly smooth, so I'll just kind of do a flat color with this little indent in it. Remember, we're not looking for actual detail, we're just looking at texture. So I'm not going to write any of the text or anything like that. I'm just going to describe the color and the texture. And then in this side area here, that's where the pages are going to go. So if I feel that again, the lines are going to be running up and down because I can feel that that's the direction that they go. That's where I don't feel the texture, whereas this way I can feel it. And I'm going to use a pencil to describe that. And there we go. That's really how easy it can be to translate just the basic shape, color, and texture of an object into a drawing. I challenge you to choose something a little bit more complicated than a book. But if you don't feel comfortable going that far, feel free to stick to something simple. Starting simple is the best way to get good at anything. So I hope you found this activity interesting. I hope it challenges you to look at objects in a different way, look more with touch than with your eyes. That's all I have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon with another video.